What's up, everyone? It is your girl Quella Graphic Love coming to you today with yet another video. I have a confession. So, a little memory told me that May 28th, I think I graduated high school 10 years ago. I know, 10 years ago, it seems like 10 years. When I did the calculations, I was like, it ain't been 10 years, like, not 10 years, not yet. But no, it really has been 10 years. It's been 10 years since I've graduated high school, and another memory birdie told me that it has been 6 years since I graduated college. So yeah, believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. I graduated high school 10 years ago, and it was really like a moment where I think I sat there for 20 minutes and was like, wow, life really goes fast. And it goes fast when you're in your 20s. But yeah, so it's funny that both of these things actually fall kind of around the same time, because for college, I walked that next year. So I finished college in 2013, but I wasn't able to walk until 2014. So it was like May, June-ish. I'm just gonna go back a little bit to my high school experience. First of all, who else is graduating this year? Please let me know down in the comments. And also, who else, aside from the pandemic, let me know who else is graduating this year. And also let me know who else is celebrating an anniversary of their graduation, high school, college. Just let me know so I can tell y'all ages. So yeah, 10-year high school reunion and 6-year college graduation. Will I be going to the reunion? That's the burning question. No, I'm not going to the reunion. I'm not going to my high school reunion. I'm not going to my college reunion. High school especially not. I'm just gonna talk about my high school experience a little bit. Maybe you guys will understand why I'm really not gonna go and how things have evolved and changed now. You can pretty much keep up with everybody via social media. So the need for reunions don't really make much sense to happen, you know? So I don't even think anybody remembers me. And I'm not going down there, like, what do I look like? So yes, high school for me, I went to 3 different high schools, my 4 years of attending high school. I moved a lot around in high school due to some personal issues and just some family issues that were happening. First 2 schools that I went to, they were in a totally another city, a totally another state. And then my final year for about maybe 11th grade to my senior year, it was a high school in Savannah, Georgia, and I went there. And 9th grade, I did like high school because it was my friends from middle school, and we were kind of just transitioning over from middle school to high school. So everybody knew everybody, and that was the easier transition into 9th grade and high school because you kind of have the same group of friends. 9th grade, I started out there for a bit, and then I transferred to a different school because we moved to like a city a few minutes over, like 30 minutes over. And I went there for a bit, and that was kind of up and down. That school had more freedom because my first high school, we didn't have a lot of freedom. They wouldn't let you leave off campus. You couldn't bring outside food. And these were the days, like 2010 was not that far ago, but there was no Uber Eats. There was no DoorDash. There was no Grubhub. There was no Uber. There was none of that. Like, Uber and all those type of things started to come on the rise like maybe a year and a half after I even got out of college. So even in college, all that stuff was still very new. My 10th grade year was cool, it was chill. And then we moved again, and then we moved to Savannah, Georgia. And that high school I absolutely hated. I was just going through a lot of things mentally, and you know, your parents don't really, they kind of pass it off as just, you know, growing pains, or you're just not wanting to go to school or rebel. But it was a very tough time for me because I wanted to drop out of school. I absolutely was over school. I said, I don't need it. I don't know why I'm here. I absolutely hate it. I hate it at home. I just hated everything in my life. And not to sound like one of those teens, but I genuinely, I wasn't very happy with everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop out. And I was very, very close to dropping out in 11th grade, but I pushed through. I didn't make very many friends at that high school. I had like one friend. I had a few classmates that I knew, but I literally kept to myself. I did my work and I got out of there. Like, I didn't want to make any friends. I didn't want to be cool with anybody. I did not want to be there. That was how much all I did was I was in my books. I got my courses and my classes. Me and the guidance counselor were like BFFs because I would always be there trying to get scholarships and ask about different college opportunities and applications and stuff like that. Pretty much got that whole thing figured out to the point where, since I had transferred over, I already had enough credits and everything that I needed to require to graduate. So I was done with high school for about 6 months early. I was done with high school 6 months early, and I just had to go back for my graduation and stuff. And I really didn't want to go back for that either, but I knew it was a moment to celebrate. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk and keep it moving. I didn't care what anybody thought about me. I didn't care if they thought I was weird. I didn't care if they thought I was, too quiet, awkward. I didn't care. I did not want to be there, was what my mood was. Forever mood. I don't want to be there. Period. I just came back to walk, and I walked, took my pictures, and I was gone. I didn't really know anybody there. Like I said, I only made like one friend, and me and her are still friends on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. We're cool, but everybody else, I didn't really care. I remember people, and I knew who people were, but it wasn't like strong enough to keep a relationship. So when it came to college, I absolutely loved college. I made majority of my core friends there. I experienced so much positively. It was a very, very, very growing period for me. I learned to sufficiently take care of myself. I learned how to wash my clothes by myself. I learned how to just be very self-sufficient. Provide for myself, take care of myself. I had 3 jobs. I actually had 3 jobs because I used to do freelance, and then I had 2 full-time jobs. One of the jobs was already at the school, so that really worked itself out. I got my first car. I was killing it in my classes. And I was just very, I really found myself in college. You know how people find themselves in high school, or, they do the self-exploration. I would say I really, really found myself in college. I felt more comfortable around my group of friends to where I could be my true self. I was very determined on what I was doing with my life, where I was going, and how I was gonna get there. And I just had a very thriving optimism about me in college. Not that I don't have it now, but life happens and it kind of gets you down and kind of knocks you down, and you kind of just start to feel a little like time is running out with certain things. But college, if I had to choose out of college or high school, most definitely college, 100%. So when I got the memory reminders that I had celebrated 10 years of graduating high school as well as 6 years of graduating college, it really had me in my self-reflection mode. I do a lot of introspection, and I just do a lot of that because I'm like, how was I then compared to who I am now? And that deeply is another video for another day, but I kind of wanted to touch on something in relation to the seniors and the upcoming seniors and graduates of this year and the year to come. I know a lot of times when we get out of college and we get out of high school, we really do have this 10-year plan that this is what my life is gonna be, and I'm gonna be this big famous movie star, and I'm gonna be this, and I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna be that. My thing is, keep that 10-year plan, keep that 5-year plan, keep working at it 100%. One thing I will tell you for certain is we can plan, but God decides. And that is a quote, and that is just a reminder that I have in my brain 24/7. It's just, I encourage, continue to have the 10-year plan. I still have a 5-year plan. I still have a 10-year plan. I have a 15-year plan. But I want to give some encouragement on, just because your plan does not work out in the same time span that you had allotted, doesn't mean it's not gonna work. Because high school year on me, I was just like, okay, in 10 years, I wanna be graduated from college. I wanna have my own, I wanna do my own. I wanna not have to rely on anybody. I wanna be in a better position mentally. I wanna have better confidence. I want to believe in myself more, have more optimism. High school me would be freaking blown away to the me that I am today. But high school me is not college me. So compared to high school me, I've done well and way over above what I even expected myself to do. So she'd be jumping for joy. But college me, everybody comes out of college and they still have their plans and everything. And there is a point in time where it's like, okay, I want to be a movie producer. I want to be a record label exec. I want to be a famous photographer. I want to be, you know, whatever else it may be. And granted, I only graduated college 6 years ago. The things that I set out myself for, I still have time to become those things. But when you are graduated from college, you're more of an adult. You have to deal with adult responsibilities. You have to deal with adult pressures. You have to kind of fall into some things where it's like survival. You gotta make certain decisions based upon those things. Me, my college plan was, I'm going to be working with artists. I'm gonna be a graphic designer or art director of a record label. I'm going to be doing cover art and album packaging and booklets and all those things. And I wanted to be a businesswoman, have several businesses. My version of success, I just wanted to be so much more than what I saw before me, the examples before me. I wanted to outdo myself and really just show that women like me can actually be something. We can become so much more than what our grandmothers and mothers and the other women around us told us that what we should be. Because there are a lot of people on the outside who discourage you from reaching high, for wanting to be better, to do better, to be a successful woman. They made it seem like, oh, you can't be that. You know, you gotta go to college, get your education, get married, have a kid. It's like, well, you know, I'm a very career-driven person. I want marriage, yes. Do I want kids? I'm still on the fence about that. But for me, that's not it. Like, for some people, that's just what they want. But I want to have my life have so much meaning, not only to myself, but to other people. So I want to start businesses, invest in businesses. I want to encourage people, help people, inspire people. I want to touch people in a way in the work that I produce, or the content that I create, or the message that I spread out into the world. You know, you can reach so many people in so many different ways, verbal and nonverbal. And that's what I'm transitioning into, and that is what my life has been. So I'm on the up and up, steady there, but it's been a challenge. And some people who don't have it as easy as others, like me, I didn't have it easy at all. I had to get it straight from the ground, straight from the mud. You know, support is just yourself and the occasional few that believe in you when it has something to do with them. But say all that to say, the woman that I wanted to be, or who I envision myself as coming out of college, she's still on that path. It's just taken some time. And I don't want the process to be rushed. I don't want the process to be too quick to where I don't really get to cherish it or every step or appreciate it. I don't want the process to be shorthanded. I don't want it to be cut. I just want it to be what it's supposed to be. So I know for the type of woman and the type of career and the type of life that I envision myself having with success in my career, my finances, and my family, my life, literally everything, I know it's going to take these hard times that I'm going through, and also these times of just uncertainty, these times of feeling kind of out in the wilderness, these times to help mold me and push me into that direction that I've aligned myself to go. I knew the things that I envisioned myself were way bigger than me. And I never wanted them to be too small. I always wanted them to be a size where, you know, I would feel accomplished once I've reached that, because I've challenged myself to that level to make it. And I'd be proud of myself, and I could share my wealth. I could share my knowledge. I can share pretty much everything that I worked hard, my story, to inspire others. And I'm still on my way there, just being 100% transparent. I'm still on my way there. I still want to work with artists, 1000%. I've met two of my favorite artists, and I've given them pieces of my work, and I've gotten quite some buzz and some recognition online. So, I mean, that's better than nothing. So it's kind of there, but you know, even what I thought then, what I wanted to do 100% music, is transitioned over into kind of just want to be a businesswoman now, and sharing my design knowledge of what I know to other women like me, to other people who are interested in pushing their businesses and stuff like that. So it's still heavily 100% graphic design, but business is kind of mixed in there, because I'm even teetering into the food service industry, kinda. I can't really say too much, but even that. And I think this shift is a wonderful, beautiful shift, and I'm so ready for it, because, you know, like I said, I had a plan on what I wanted to be outside of high school, outside of college, where I wanted to go, where I wanted to live, how I wanted my life to be. I plan, but God decides. He ultimately chooses. And if your plan, if you're having constant conversation, a healthy conversation with God, you guys' plan will align. Don't try to force God's plans into yours, but take God's plan and just move with it. You know, move in the direction that you know to move in. Do what you know to do. Turn to Him to guidance. This is my testimony. I'll look back at this video and be like, that's crazy. You know, just the things that you even thought of. And I'll also insert a picture of my current vision board. I update my vision board every year. And I think I'm on the right path, and I'm feeling very, very excited about what's to come for my future. I also want to end on congratulating all 2020 graduates, high school and college, and I'm so sorry that you guys have been robbed of your graduation, walking across the stage experience. I pray that you guys find a way to get that back, and also I just pray that you guys have a long-lasting, loving journey. Like, kill it out there in the world. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Be the best person that you can be. Inspire others and just rock it. With that being said, I thank you all again for watching my video. Like I mentioned earlier, let me know if you're graduating. Also, let me know if you're celebrating any graduation reunions, if you're gonna go. I would love to know, because you know, I low-key want to go, kind of just, you know, see how everybody's doing. And not like in a shady way, but just see how everybody's doing. See if anybody even remembers me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Remember to stay graphic.